Good morning, afternoon, and evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Dota Yoshi, bringing to you the third and final game of the semi-finals. Yellow Solo Mid up against Zykon Esports Gaming. This is going to be a very good match so far. Both sides have shown how they like to play the game and have shown how they can win with it. Yellow Solo Mid with their very defensive nature, and I've lost my mouse on the screen. There we go. Yellow Solo Mid with their very defensive style, TPing in, making sure they don't lose any towers or heroes. Zykon Esports constantly smoking up, trying to find kills and pickoffs all around the map. So we will see that Darkseid being picked up by Yellow Solo Mid. Zykon Esports taking their Visage, who they absolutely adore. Nyx Assassin is a little bit strange for him, but it's a fantastic pickup. He's aggressive, and that's the way they like to play. The band's Batrider, as usual, is always going to be taken out. The IO being removed from the pool. Weaver and Nature's Prophet. They get rid of the Nature's Prophet because Zykon Esports, they love this aggressive gank orientated lineup. And then wait a second. And then they have that Nature's Prophet pushing the towers, forcing Yellow Solo Mid to react, or any team they're up against to react. But Yellow Solo Mid, they have this fantastic style where they play defensively, they let their opposition get aggressive, then they make them pay. So they go for these team fighting AOE style lineups. You see the Darkseid, you see the Jakiro. This is exactly what they picked up last time. They also had a they had a gyrocopter to also follow it up with. They just love all these the ability to team fight and do a lot of AOE damage and synergy. So the band so far, the Alchemist and that Anti-Mage, has been destroyed from Yellow Solo Mid. Zykon Esports taking out the Shadow Demon and that Lifestealer. So it's a little bit strange not seeing that Lifestealer being picked up early on in the game. But hey, anything you can do is always fantastic. And if you haven't noticed, unfortunately, Zeldith will not be joining me in this cast. He had to go do something. So, a little bit unfortunate, so I will be solo casting this game. Hope you don't mind too much. Or so. And if I do pause for a second, that most likely means I'm taking a sip of water. My voice is shot from doing, I think, 6 hours of casting so far. It's a little bit new for me, casting all these games, but I absolutely love it. There hasn't been one moment I haven't enjoyed today, especially from the teams so far we're coming up against. And to a little update on the brackets, Zykon Esports, they've gotten here by defeating White Lotus Slayers. They beat them 2-1. Yellow Solo Mid got here by defeating Anything Really 2-0. In their group stages, Zykon Esports finished first with a clean sweep, not losing a single match, going 5-0. Yellow Solo Mid, they came third, but with disqualification onto their second team. Second team got taken out. Yellow Solo Mid came in. They've taken the place in these quarterfinals and now semi-finals. They finished 3 with 2 losses in their brackets. So now they will be picking up that Naga Siren. Naga Siren offers a lot of versatility to a team. You can run her as a support with her fantastic net and her Song of the Siren. Song of the Siren allows your team to set up, get ready for any kind of initiation, or it allows the song to disengage, allow your team a safe retreating path to get on out of there. It's just one of those most annoying spells in the game because you can't do anything about it for 7 seconds. I believe it's up and running. Yeah, it's 7 seconds. One of the best things about it too is if a hero has BKB, which you suspect the Dragon's Luna to pick up a BKB on, you can focus her down while the song is up and running, which means you have one hero you can finish off, take out of the fight, then work on to the next heroes in the game. So, very nice pick up that Naga Siren, and also her net reveal. So if Nyx Assassin tries to escape, throw a net on him before that Vendetta is completely faded away, or you can use it onto Luna, hold her into place to pick off any heroes. It's a great initiation tool, and a great tool to be able to lock down heroes and find the kills potential. If Naga Siren does end up getting a lot of farm later into the game, she can turn into the semi-carry role, and with that semi-carry role, she'll help pull out a lot more damage. And she turns from a support into a semi-carry. If you can have 2 semi-carries and a proper carry into a late game, it means you're going to have a lot more chance of winning the fights because you have a lot more overall sustained damage coming out. Zykon Esports. We will see how they want to go. They've got their Visage and Nyx Assassin, so they've got their supports, they've got their carry. Who will they want to pick up for this long lane? I wouldn't be too surprised if they go for a Windrunner. They seem to like this Windrunner pickup. And they've ran Windrunner quite a few times throughout this tournament, if I'm not mistaken. I believe they picked her up last game as well. They do land some really nice shackles on that Windrunner. And their mid hero, there we go, that's the Windrunner, so I'm not too surprised there. Zykon, they like to stick to what they know. If a team ended up banning out Nature's Prophet, Visage, took out a Luna, took out all their main heroes before they could pick them up, then I think Zykon would come crumbling down. No offense to them, but they have a strict lineup they like to play. They have heroes that they know how to play, and they can play them very well. They don't have much versatility to their lineup. They're always aggressive. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but it is a flaw a team like Yoshi Mid did exploit at the start of the series, but they couldn't find the opening they did in the second one, and Zykon capitalized with their aggressive style, and they did manage to pick up the second game. Yoshi Mid, they're always this defensive nature. They go for AoE. They've got the Nagasari, Jakira, Darkseid. They're going to be looking. I wouldn't be surprised if they pick up the Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter synergizes well with that Darkseid. Can pull out a lot of damage with that flat cannon and cooldown combination. The mid hero, however, is a little up in the air. We still have an Outworld Devourer. He hasn't been picked up quite as yet, so he's always in the pool. He's one of the strongest, if not the strongest mid hero in this game at the moment, in this current meta. Now, so they eat a little bit into their reserve time, just trying to decide exactly what would be their best next hero. Who do they want to carry this game? And if they want to try and take this mid game, if they go for, say, a Gyrocopter, that's your mid game kind of push there. Yeah, he pulls out a lot of damage. He picks up his first big item, which pulls out a lot of damage. You have a flat cannon, and that basically, I don't know what the word for 5 is. Instead, they will go for a Spectre. So they're going for a very long game here. The thing I like about the Spectre, if she is tanky, Luna and the rest of Zykon Esports will kill themselves. Also, Spectre can find picks off around the map and spot out where everyone is with her ulti, with her haunt. So I really like this pickup from Spectre, but this tells Zykon that they're going for a long, drawn-out defensive game. And if Zykon Esports can capitalize that fact and hit him early and hit him hard, if they can remove a few of these towers, so if they want to pick up a mid hero that is able to push down these towers a little bit faster, I think that would be most beneficial for Zykon Esports. I also feel as if they need a little bit of AoE damage, because currently they're lacking. They have Luna, but I wouldn't call that AoE. They've got a stun on Nyx Assassin, they've got a Shackle and a Power Shot on Windrunner. I really feel as if a mid hero, such as the hero that you just banned out, would have been beneficial. Maybe a Puck can also help, but I'm not quite sure that their Blood Drunk knows how to play a Puck. I haven't seen him run a Puck this entire series. The OD is now banned out, so the OD won't be being picked up on the side of Zykon Esports. We will see who they want to run in mid very shortly, however. Okay, just a little bit of drink of water there, just to get my voice back a little, as it is fading away after today, especially in the finals. Myself and Omagake, oh, he's gonna kill me if he hears me pronounce that. I will be casting with him, so we will be casting the finals. So far, semi-finals of Guerrilla Tactics versus TDINWH hasn't been decided yet. They're currently they're reaching the peak of Game 3. So I'm looking to find out who will be up against the winner of this match, as it's going to be absolutely astounding. And once again, I lost my mouse. My god, game. Valve, stop making me lose mouse. And we do have a Puck being picked up on the side of Yoshi Mid. Hopefully I get my mouse back eventually. I don't really want to play without a mouse. So, Zykon Esports, they are picking up their heroes, so is Yoshi Mid. We should see, once again, both sides running those safe tri-lanes. They haven't wanted to put aggression at the start. Zykon Esports, you would expect them to be aggressive for their tri-lane, but they've always ran that safe lane. And I still don't have a mouse. There we go. Mouse has spawned into the game. And that is the most important thing. Over on the side of Zykon Esports, we have their captain, Dragon, playing on that Luna. You've got the supports being ran by Mr. Polo Jr. on his signature hero of the Visage. Apparently, I found out earlier, he hasn't touched Visage until this tournament. So it's the first time he ran Visage, and he plays an outstanding Visage already. Mr. Pooh will be on the Nyx Assassin in mid lane. On that off lane will be Eduardo on that Windrunner, and finally Blood Drunk will be on that Conquer. Over on the side of Yellow So mid, you have Roidsy. He is the captain. He's playing on that Darkseid. He'll be in that off lane once again. Yellow Solo mid's Pudding Head will be on that support Naga Siren, followed by Knucklehead. Navati will be on that puck in mid lane, and finally Wonderwalk will be on that Spectre.
30 seconds.
A little bit of good friendliness in chat, so that's always a great thing to see. Gotta love teams that just have a little bit of fun, not insulting each other. But yes, to think of the way the start of this game's going, both teams, they will want to farm this up. You'll see the aggression come out from these two heroes. These are two heroes that are one to watch. They love their aggression. Around the 3-minute mark, they start smoking up. Look, it already shows there. 2 smokes of deceits picked up on Mr. Polo Jr. So they're going to be looking at going in mid. If they can shut down Puck early on, which is one of the hardest heroes to shut down, purely because of phase shift and that orb out of there, then that's going to hurt. That's going to delay Puck's Blink Dagger, and they're going to be able to capitalize on this middle later game and create a snowball, which is what they want. We see a smoke, interestingly enough, being popped here. They're already going for this kill on this Conqueror in mid lane. Windrunner is going to throw out that power. She's not going to see anything. And we might see a balk actually on this camp. They know something's going on. They expect a Windrunner to be farming down this camp down here. And at the same time, you have a wraparound Zykon and that Nyx Assassin. They're going to go out this Grave Chill. Luna's going to do a lot of damage. Roy's is trying to save it. He went for the greedy build of Iron Shell, and they're going to make him pay. He's going to try and eat his way out of there. Stun's not up for another 7 seconds. He's going to keep running. Will they be able to find that kill? It's another Grave Chill. One more auto attack. Can they find it? One more auto attack. Lucent Beam doesn't have to Lucent Beam. Stun comes out, and they're not going to make it. That is disappointing. If there was a Lucent Beam up on Luna, that would have been a kill. So Roidsy gets on out of there by the skin of his teeth. He's even going to be forced to go back to base. He eats a tango and then walks back to base. That's a little bit of a waste of a tango, but hey, you survived, and that's all that matters. Okay, in mid lane we have Conquer against the Puck. Puck is 3 for 1, Conquer's in for 2 for 1, so it's not going to be a massive difference. Eduardo, he doesn't want to risk going into that lane, so he's going to do this sneaky win run strategy where you power shot through here, you take down these trees, and then you just farm these creeps. You get a little bit of gold, you get a fair bit of XP. I mean, you don't fall behind, and we actually see a torrent and a nice hit. Will he be able to find the auto attack? No, he won't. Almost seen the first blood go in there. Courier coming in with that bag on his back. I reckon that's a skunk. If it's not, no, it's a badger. Skunk, badger. Ah, I'm terrible with animals. Anyway, Windrunner. So this is a really nice strategy by the Windrunner. I mean, you get a little bit of XP, you get a little bit of gold, and since these are very big camps, however, Yellow So mid, they suspected this, they have vision, and they've already counter-warded it. So nice play coming out by Yellow So mid. Already map aware, they're watching what team lineup Zykon has, and they're effectively countering it. However, once again, they have to be careful of Dragon. Last game, Dragon, he got such a big farm, and he absolutely demolished the side of Yellow So mid in team fights. He was tanky, he had a lot of damage, he just stood there. All he did was A-click. Press R and A-click. That's all he had to do. And that's what Luna becomes later on in the game, when you have so much damage and the ability to survive in these team fights. Navati just doing a little phase shift to get away from that whip. Splash, I believe it. Tidebringer, not Splash. I always think it's Splash, purely because it makes a wave. Mr. Pooh doing a little bit of stacking, he'll get the Alpha Wolf, and this is one camp that you want to be double stacked. I mean, with the way Yellow So mid are doing it, they pull it into the first camp, so they get the creep experience. Then they pull into the second camp, denies the full wave, and they get more experience. And Roidsy, he's seen this, he's given up, he's rotated into the jungle. He has 1 point in Iron Shell, so now he can effectively jungle, working towards his ring. Soul ring, that's the word. I don't know, it took me a little bit while to tick over in my head. And now Pudding Head and Knucklehead, these heads are coming around to find the head of Eduardo. So Eduardo's going to walk back in. He's nicely counter-warded both these wards. But this yellow solo mid, they don't want to stop this. And they're coming in. We see the net. It comes out. We should see the splash. It coming out. Now we see the win run. He doesn't have win run. He's still only level 1. So this is going to be an easy kill for the supports of yellow solo mid. Actually, will it be easy? 4 seconds left. 3 seconds. They will find first blood. And it goes to the Naga Siren. So nice work by the heads. They've taken the Edward's head. And they're going to be quite happy with this. And at the same time, Navadi's taken a lot of damage for Blood Drunk. Just auto-attacking him down with that Tidebringer and Torrent. And Blood Drunk, he's played fantastic on Conquer throughout this entire tournament. He's always landed his torrents. Mr. Pooh scares away Navadi, almost finding that kill, and he will pick up a haste himself. Visage is actually, he's going to go ahead, he's going to try and find the kill, but a nice clarity is popped up by Knucklehead. Nice face shift, being very well aware of that solo assumption come flying out him, so it does get to keep that mana potion and clarity on him. At top lane though, you do have the leading farmer in the game, Spectre and Luna. They're actually doing quite well apiece. They're not missing too much. They've got 28-29 last hits. They're trying not to give away anything. It's really nice. Winter is finally rotating the lane. She's picked up 2.5 levels already just by walking into the lane. She's got 2.5 levels. She may even hit level 4 here, and she's going to be ecstatic about that. Darkseid, however, rotated into jungle and has level 4 of his own. Should be able to clean this creep up and then walk back home, pick up his soul ring, get some more health and mana, and possibly return down bottom before Luna can start putting some serious harassment onto this tower. Luna, she has picked up some points in stats. She's got 1 point in stats, 1 point in Lucent Beam, and 1 point in, 2 points in Aura and Lucent Beam. I'm surprised she hasn't picked up Eclipse, but then again, she's not looking to fight anytime soon. As I say that, she picks up 1 point in Eclipse. But yeah, at this moment, I'm just being told how to pronounce Nevdi. The Nevdi, not Navadi. The Nevdi. I don't know why I say Navadi. So it's Nevdi. My mistake. Sorry about that, Nevdi. I hope your teammate forgives me if he's listening. So now we do see a push down and bottom by Yellow Solo mid. They're going to do a lot of chip damage to this tower, but we've already got rotation down by putting head. And this is what's good about Yellow Solo mid. They're nice at rotating to defend towers and defend allies. And heroes just can't get early tower kills unless you have a side where you have a Chen, you have an Enchantress Nature's Prophet. But Zykon, they aren't effective at those kind of heroes. They're effective at Nature's Prophet, however that's been banned out, so they can't get these early tower kills. And that's the bane of Yellow Solo Mid's strategy. If you can get early tower kills, you can shut down Yellow Solo Mid's defensive play and make them be so defensive that they can't do anything about, well, any aggression you put onto them, because they have nowhere to TP into, they've got nowhere to feel safe, and they just can't turn around fights and take it when they want to. Zykon, we haven't been seeing too much rotation coming around from their supports yet. They've been sitting in the jungle trying to farm up as much as possible. Visage and Nyx Assassin, it's a little bit strange. You usually see these two heroes smoke up at about 3-4 minute mark and look for a kill. But because of this puck and the ability to be able to get on out of there with that phase shift and that orb, they just haven't decided to go in there. You had the Darkseid, he had just left the lane, and they just left it bottom for this dragon to farm up freely. When it comes down to it though, I really think if One Walk gets the farm better than Dragon, I think he'll be more effective late game. Purely because once you haunt and all those illusions are returning damage due to, not Desolate, due to Dispersion, it will pull out a lot of damage against the opposing team, and they'll effectively kill themselves late game. And Spectre, she can take heroes one-on-one with that Desolate bonus damage if you have a Diffusal up and running, which I believe she's not going for. She is going for that Drum of Endurance. Courier is coming down for, what do we have? We got the Ring of Aquila, and Boots are going to Eduardo on the, eventually going to the win run up at top lane. So yeah, both sides, they don't really want to take initiative. It is the third and final game of the series for the semi-finals. So it's understandable that neither team wants to give it up. They don't want to throw any initial advantage out of the way. And this is what Zykon, their first game they played overly aggressive and they got paid for it. However, overly aggression right there was the word to use to find that kill for that Luna. She turned around, she popped that Eclipse, and that Naga Siren melted. There was no creeps in sight. She finds herself a kill, and she's going to be quite happy with that. And I wouldn't be surprised if Luna once again goes for an early Yoshi and then move her way into BKB. It's worked well for her so far in the series. Game 2 definitely worked predominantly, being able to take on Yoshi mid without too much hassle. And against heroes such as Naga Siren, Jakiro, Darkseer, and that Puck, it will work well. But there's one problem. If you pop that BKB off and Naga Siren has her song up and running, you are going to be focused and you will die. So it all comes down to timing of her BKB pops if she goes down. But that's still 10 minutes away. And at the moment we have two heroes up in top lane trying to find kills onto the Spectre. Put it in head, and Knucklehead is already in wait, waiting for Zykon to move out of position. But now, Bodrunk will rotate back into mid lane, trying to find anything he can. Nevd, he's not doing too bad. He's got 35 creeps under his name. Kunkka doing a fair bit better. Torrent is going to miss. Puck goes for the silence, takes a Tidebringer to the face. But he's got a few bottle charges, that's not going to hurt. Naga Siren's coming on in, she throws the net, but this could be over aggressive. Spec Horns in, actually they're going to find a kill here on that Bloodrunk. Nice Torrent to keep himself alive, but they had vision, and they will find a kill on Bloodrunk in mid lane, and the kill will go to... where did he go? Actually, it went to the Spectre. Wondwonk, I think it was the dispersion from the tower hitting the illusion, and it will find that kill onto that Kunkka. So it's a little bit unfortunate. However, in the meanwhile, Dragon, they will find this bottom tier 1 tower. I'm a little bit surprised he took those 3 or 4 possible tower hits when he could have just A-clicked a creep, dropping all aggro on the tower, and saving himself health, which could come very important in the next fight. They're going to be looking at going against these two heads. They're looking to go against Pudding Head and Knucklehead. Double damage is popped by the Puck. Wouldn't be too surprised if he wants to go in on this Kunkka, but he doesn't have much mana. We see the X marks the spot, and Torrent mistimed. Nevd is manning up against Kunkka. He's going to throw down the boat, but I think Nevd was watching, and he had a phase shift up if there was any problems at all. So a boat is going to whiff. Waste of a cooldown, but whatever you can do to find a kill, you may as well try it, even if it's not going to work. In the end, it's better to try than not trying at all, unless you get yourself killed, then that's pretty shitty. So, we have the support of the supports up top. They're smoked up. They're looking for kills. Darkseer, he's in a lot of trouble, but he will get the surge up. That smoke pop in nighttime vision was well timed. A little bit unfortunate for Zykon not being able to capitalize on a kill there, but it happens. Ooh, my voice is still pretty short. I apologize, people. Watching in game at the moment. We have another rotation. Mr. Pooh. I thought he was in Vendetta, but he's got his smoke still up and running. He's looking to find anything in mid lane, but Puck has rotated bottom, hoping to find a rune spawn. They're keeping an eye on Luna. Luna's trying to counter with this, or protect the counter ward actually. So nice work going on by her. And then Visage comes over with his own counter ward. They save their ward for another 30 seconds. The Spectral Haunt's coming in. There's damage in behind the tier 3 tower. Nice Lunar Eclipse. It lands twice onto Pudding Head, but not enough to kill him. Ice Puff comes out. It lands. Then the Dragon Breath. Now Spectre's going to turn around. Will he find a set double kill? He did pick off the next assassin. He finds a double kill. The Kunkka did land that Torrent, but now Visage, he's in a lot of trouble. Nice Ice Puff coming out by Knucklehead, and they will find a triple kill on the Spectre. Triple kill on Spectre at this stage of the game hurts Zykon's morale. It hurts any possibility of being able to take this mid game. They're going to have to wait for an opening now. I don't believe they can continue being aggressive, because if they continue being aggressive, YSM will make them pay. And now they're going to be working towards this mid lane. Drums are already picked up on Spectre. She might start working towards the Diffusal. A Diffusal could come quite in handy, not just to slow down heroes and chase them down, but being able to mana burn heroes such as your Windrunner, the Visage, and the Nyx Assassin. It just hurts them. They can't cast the abilities that they want to. And not to mention, it's just a pain in the ass. It does extra damage to you because of the mana burn damage. And we might see an initiation on Edward. We see the net come out a little bit early. They should have waited until that wind run was popped. And now, nice song actually. She hits level 7. She's got that song. There goes the Windrunner. unfortunately, a little bit timed. Great shackle to 2 heroes. That Kurio's going to be extremely careful. He's going to try and get around. He might try and get around a TP. Is he going to be able to get it in time? He's going to try and deny himself. He turns back around. He tries the power shot. But Spectral Dagger will finish off that Windrunner. So it's a little bit unfortunate there. Nice timing of that Song of the Siren to cancel that Windrun. But Luna, like last game, she's just farming up. Of course, she doesn't have the 5 kills to her name like that Spectre. Or is it 4 kills? But yeah, 5 kills to her name like that Spectre. But she has, however, got a lot of creep kills. She's got a tower down bottom. And she's just got to consistently farm up. She's got a lot of XP too. I mean, Spectre, she is actually higher in levels. Because she did come in and get the XP off those kills. But you can't just rule Dragon out. At any time, if Dragon wants to take a fight in mid-game, she's still going to be more effective than Spectre. Even with these 5 kills, she is going to have drum, she's going to be tanky, she's going to be able to put out sustained damage, but it might not be fast enough to kill heroes straight away. Where Luna, she has a lot of fast damage. We see it at X marks the spot, into a turret, the nice Ice Puff stopping 2 heroes. Will we see a Shackle? Shackle comes out, it's going to latch, impossible latch. Then we see a nice Grave Chill, and Soul Assumption will pick off that Jakiro. We see a nice Haunt coming out. Will he decide to come in? He does not. He just wants to see where those heroes are, and they're going to see this Luna. Darkseid does make his way on out of there, so he's not going to be caught off guard. So nice little pick off. A little bit aggressive by Yellow Solo mid. A little bit out of their nature to just have 2 heroes like that into the jungle trying to find whatever they can. Luna throws out that Lucent Beam. Might now be chased. She does get hit by that net. She's already TP'd. Nice choice by that Luna. And she did the absolute right thing there. If she stayed any longer, she waited for that net to hit, TP'd, she would have died. So, very well played coming out by Dragon. But Pudding Head, he's playing very aggressive with this Nugget Zone. He's not going for that true support. He's got a nice tanky item in the urn. He can dish out damage on top of the damage he can already pull. And he can heal up teammates. So, urn is a nice charge. It gives him a little bit more survivability against heroes such as the Conquer, who's actually going to be initiated upon. The Dream Call is used, silence, Ice Path, and that's going to be Blood Drunk dead. There was no kind of initiation. These supports, they walked a little bit this way, turned back around and attacked these neutral creeps. They could just see what they were thinking on at the time. Nice ward being thrown into the ancient camps, stopping any possible creep camp stacking, which helps the Luna quite a lot. And the Luna, as you saw there, had a Centaur waiting to start stacking that camp, so she's not going to be able to get that there. A little bit unfortunate for her.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
But she doesn't care. She's down bottom. She's working towards her Yasha. She might even get a little bit more damage onto this tower. Force a TP out. She's doing 169 damage with forgetting about armor. Before armor, I should say. And now there's a TP coming from the Darkseid. Luna's not going to worry too much, but she has to be careful. Nagasiren's coming in. She may have seen this from the ward. Now, ward was not in range. Nagasiren's going to come down. She's going to ward up. She's going to chase away that Luna. But Luna, she's got a nice farm. She's doing well considering Spectre. She's still sitting on 6k. Very close. If we want to have a little look at the net gold and XP graph, the gold is going a little bit favoring Yellow Solo mid, but only 800 gold. That is negligible at 16 minutes. And the XP, however, 5k XP in favor of Yellow Solo mid. That's quite a few levels on key heroes. If we do have a little look at that hero level, Nagasiren, she's level 8, Jakiro level 6, Visage and Nyx Assassin level 5. The 2 heroes, you need to be level 5. Nyx Assassin so he can start roaming around, which he's trying to find in the jungle himself. And Visage, who now does hit it in the middle. They gave him a little bit of space to work with. He picks up these level 6, and in the middle lane, we see a nice Song of the Siren being called out. TP support coming in by the cheer. Ice Path is thrown down. Nice time to get rid of that. They throw out the net. We see a nice turnaround. But he's trying to TP out. Will he get on out of it? He should get on out of it quite easy. And Windrunner, she's just going to walk on out of there. At the same time, we do see Spectre. Because of that haunt, he found that Nyx Assassin farming away in the jungle. Comes out, makes him pay for it, and will pick up his 6th kill of the game. And that hurts. Puck, in the meantime, while I'm talking, does find a kill against Windrunner, who was surprisingly still up in this lane.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
But at the same time, Dragon, he's still pushing this bottom lane. Can he get it going? If he sees 4 heroes up top, he should continue going. Spectre, she is waiting. This could be a big cat fight going on. How it's not going to be. Luna is going to rightfully back off. I don't think she can take this Spectre at the moment. Spectre has roughly the same amount of health. Actually got 300 more health. But because she's got more health, any return damage from that dispersion, will basically finish off the Luna in a one-on-one fight. So it's a nice move not to worry about fighting that, taking her on one-on-one and just backing away to farm the jungle. Whew, okay. sorry folks that are watching. I am just a little bit hoarse on my voice, hoping to keep up commentary as best to my ability without repeating myself too much. But we do have a smoke up on Visage's familiars, which will basically reveal the smoke as they kill off those wards. If YSM was paying attention at that moment. And Luna, she's in a lot of trouble. Initiated upon. We see Dreamcoil's off in 1 second. Dreamcoil's going to be thrown down. And this is the death of Dragon. He's going to pop his Lucent Beam, but that's not enough. You are caught out, sir. The puck with that Dreamcoil is more than enough to pick you off with the rest of the team to back you up. And they do get the denied, so Salt into the wounds for Dragon. He's not going to be too happy about that, but that's another tower down. And getting towers against Yellow Solo mid is the way to go. The more towers that go down, the less Yellow Solo mid can play like Yellow Solo mid. But they've smoked up now, they're looking for a kill. They might go mid. TP coming in from the Nagasine. Nagasine has the song up in 35 seconds, so not quite yet. And she's trying to keep him off the tower. Trying to bait out Zykon and their aggressive nature to come for Nagasine. If you can bait this hero, you have 3 heroes in waiting, ready to force the fight, ready to back your team up and find the kills. But I feel as the longer this game goes on, Yellow Solo mid are just taking the initiative at the moment. They're getting the farm on their heroes, they have the XP and level advantages, and Zykon are just falling behind just a little bit more each time. And we see 2 familiar stuns just to be annoying. Regen a little bit of health. You don't want to give away 100 free gold per familiar to the opposition. Puck's going to try. Nevdi's not going to be able to get those kills, however. Windrunner, I'm not quite sure how I feel about her farming up top. But then again, she is working towards a mechanism, and a mechanism is worth it. So give her a little bit of space to farm. She gets a bit of XP. She gets a mechanism, and then your side can take these fights more efficiently. But in the meanwhile, the Liquid Fire doing a lot of damage to this tower. We see the Lucent being thrown out. We don't have Eclipse. He's taking a lot of damage. He's not going to be able to surge on out of here. Every time he tried to surge, it got cancelled for some reason. Once again, he surges. He takes a little bit of damage. He takes a Lucent Beam. But in the end, he gets out of the power shot. Almost kills him off. Luckily for that urn, healing him up just enough to be able to survive there. And now this tier 1 mid tower will fall. And then we see a Haunt coming in. Nice silent. Dreamcoil onto the hero you need it most, which is Dragon. Dragon still doesn't have Eclipse. Vacuum back into the Jewel Breath. I have boat lands. It does pick off the Darkseid. Nagasine will get on out of there. Luna, however, has fallen. That's a 1-for-1 trade in favor of Yellow Solo mid. And they will happily take that. Trade a Darkseid for a Luna any day of the week. So a little bit unfortunate there. If Luna had her Eclipse up, if they waited a little bit longer for that cooldown, that fight would have went opposite. Yellow Solo mid would have lost quite a few heroes. Instead, they took the fight too early. They tried to be overly aggressive, and Yellow Solo mid makes them pay. They did lose a tier 1 mid tower, but in the meanwhile, Eduardo does deny his mid tower. So it's a fairly even trade, but Yellow Solo mid do come out on top. And the gold graph, however, it does swing a little bit in favour of Zykon at the moment. That's one thing they're able to do. They're able to keep up with this gold, but XP is a very vital factor, especially in heroes. I mean, Nyx, he needs heroes to survive. Your Vendetta, you've got your Impale, you've got your Carapace and Mana Burn. All level, he's a level reliant hero. I mean, Visage, you have level 4 of your Soul Assumption. Grave Chill helps at no matter what level. Level 1 is very effective. We have actually Puck searching for that Conquer down in here. Will he be able to get that final attack? He's got a torrent. It will land onto that Puck. And then we see a nice Lucent Beam. We're going to see a TP on out. She's got to chase him down. She's got the Yasha, but a blink comes out by Nevdi. And he's got support, but he's going to be taking it down. He might find a kill. Nice. Song of the Siren being able to retreat on out of there. If Dragon had popped his Eclipse there, he may have found that kill on that Song of the Siren. On that Naga Siren. But it's not going to be the case. They're going to miss out on another kill. But at least Bloodjaunt survives. And that's what you need at this stage. You need your hero surviving. Especially your Conquer, who pulls out a lot of damage. And he's working towards his Shadow Blade at the moment. He's just picked up his Claymore. It'll be working towards his Shadow Amulet, I believe it's called. Yes, it is. So we'll be working towards his Shadow Amulet, which is very shortly. It's only 200 gold. Make that 350 gold now that he picks up a TP. Ooh, okay. Sorry if I keep saying ooh, okay. I guess that's a little habit I've got to get out of when I talk a lot. Spectre. She's now going for her Radiance. She's got her Sacred Relic up. And this is the first time I've seen a Spectre in this tournament, so I'm quite pleased to see a new hero. And also the Song of the Siren, or the Naga Siren. First time I've seen her throughout this tournament out of the games I have been able to witness so far. And I believe we do have the results for the best of 3 semi-finals, the other best of 3 semi-finals. I think. Actually, no we don't, but actually in the meantime, I'm really sorry about that. We do find the kill on that puck. Luna being able to find that Lucent Beam before puck can get on out of there. So luckily I caught the tail end of that, so we did see that kill. We see in Radiance now picked up on Spectre. This is going to hurt. 24-minute Radiance. Is going to burn any side. I mean, he jumps on in. The supports Windrunner. She's just going to burn down. Your Windrun does absolutely nothing against that Radiance. So she will burn like nothing. You have your Nyx Assassin. Carapace is going to work for half a second. And then the rest of it's going to burn you down. You only have an 800 health mana pool. Visage, he's good against armor. He has the armor. He can tank it all. But once again, Spectre with that Radiance will just burn through him quite easily. Not to mention, this allows him to farm, or her to farm, that much faster. You can push lanes out, you can jump on in, and just destroy a team fight. That's 80 damage? No, 50 damage per second. Why am I saying 80? And over in that 10 seconds, that's 500 damage. And that's what Spectre she wants. Her haunt lasts for 6 seconds at the moment, so she can do 300 magic damage before anything needs to happen. And we have a nice jump down on bottom. The nice net coming out, but they place the Revelation Ward. They're going to be trying to find it. They're going to get a nice Ice Puff on Blood Drunk. He's in a lot of trouble. A lot of damage coming out. Vacuum in will secure the kill. So, Kunkka being caught out, he does have his Shadow Blade. He's not going to lose too much gold there, so that's quite nice. But now, this tier 1 tower down bottom will fall to yellow solo mid, and there's not much Zykon can do about it. Without your Kunkka and that burst damage of your Tidebringer and that boat, you can't do anything. And they know that. They've already started to disperse into the jungle and back into the lands to gain whatever they can while they can. And Spectre, she didn't even need to use her haunt. One of the best things about Spectre is you can farm on another side of the map and haunt it in. I mean, it sounds obvious, but the significance of it is just phenomenal. You're allowed to farm anywhere on the map. You can get assist of every single kill purely because you have a haunt attacking everyone. And that radius damage makes radiance burn. Make sure you get an assist on every single hero. And at the meanwhile, she can just push top lane. So more lanes are pushing her at once. She'll jump in when it's required. I think yellow solo mid will be wanting to back off right now. They do have a Song of the Siren up if things do get a little bit out of hand. Spectre's now jumped into mid. She's got a TP up and running. Not quite sure what she wants to work towards next. You would expect a heart. If you go for a Radiance build, you want to have the sustainability and survive these fights. Nice little TP coming out of that Darkseer around that corner there. Seen some nice TPs by Darkseers in this tournament so far. But yeah, if we want to have a little look at... actually, net worth is in favour of that winner. But if we do have a little look at these items while we are in this little brief pause in game. Luna, she has her BKB. I believe it's fresh 10-second BKB. Yes, it is. So she's got a 10-second BKB. She's got a Yasha, and she's got a Helmet of Dominant. This is where she hits... not the peak, but she hits prime. They can start taking team fights. She can stand there and take all the damage or as much damage as she wants to. Because all she'll be receiving is physical damage. She can avoid all that magic damage, stand there, put out a lot of damage. Her glaives will start to rack over time, especially doing 219 damage or thereabouts worth of damage. Then you have your mechanism finished on that Windrunner. You've got your Shadow Blade and Charms up on the Conquer. Medallion of Courage can come in very handy by this Visage. Pop it on the right here at the right time. Tidebringer from that Conquer will just demolish that hero. Over on the side of Yellow Solo mid though, we do have Roydzy. He's got the mechanism. He's working towards his Cypher Vice. Knucklehead, he's got an Arcane Boots himself. Naga Siren, he's got a little bit of tankiness on top of that belt of strength. He's picking up an Ogre Club. I think he's going for a Heaven's Halberd, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, I am completely mistaken. What is he going for? I'm not quite sure. Ogre Club, Ogre Club, Ogre Club. Yeah, hashtag knowledge. I think he's going for a Sanj. So he will be picking that up very shortly. You have a rotation from Yellow Solo mid. They've smoked up. They've got 4 heroes here. Spectre can jump in at any time. This could be disastrous for Zykon. They're going to be looking at going in. They're rotating to show. Nice counter ward right here. Scenario rotation, but they find out Blood Drunk. Blood Drunk will fall, and it's worth it. Now they're going to be turning towards this Luna. Luna, she's got a BKB available. She's got no TP, so she's going to be caught out. Song of the Siren, they found the trees, they found her. She's in a lot of trouble. You have the Visage's Familiars trying to come in and do whatever they can. You got 1 stun, you got 2 stuns, but Familiars are not enough against the entire team of Yellow Solo mid. And at the same time, Spectre, she's putting on pressure on tier 2 tower. And I don't really think Windrunner will face the Spectre. She'll stay around for as long as possible. The 2 prime heroes of Zykon are dead. And she can just stay here, farm up, do a little bit of damage, and keep going towards this tier 2 tower. Actually decides to back off a little bit. She's saving up for a Reaver so she can start working towards that Heart of Tarask. But yeah, Zykon, this is not their playstyle. They like to be aggressive. They like to be the ones in the lead. They cannot play too well from behind. They need to be the team that's in the head, and they need to be snowballing their way to victory. Not necessarily snowballing, but they need to be ahead, and they need to have the advantage. Yellow Solo mid, they usually play this defensive lineup, but they're playing quite has caught Zykon off guard, and they're making grounds or making mince meat of Zykon at the moment. They're 4-14. They've got more towers ahead. They've got 3 against. Actually, it's 3-3. It's even, so not really more towers ahead. But it hurts Zykon more than what it does hurt Yellow Solo mid in terms of those towers, anyway. And the gold graph still looks fairly even. I mean, you still have only 500 gold in difference, so that's nothing at all. You have 5,000 XP in favor of Yellow Solo mid. At 30 minutes in, that's not really much. I mean, that's hardly anything. It's nice that they haven't lost too much ground. I mean, look at that. 15 minutes in, they were 30k XP. They were not 30k, but 5,000 XP behind anyway, but they've caught that back up. They have let it slide out a little bit, but that's because they don't have the map position in at the moment. What I feel Zykon needs to do at the moment, they like to find these pickoffs and they need to find these kills. However, they just can't find them at the moment. They need to try and keep getting this farm on the Luna, which they are doing wonderfully. They need to make stacks and they need to get farm. I mean, she's doing nice. She's got her Martyr Star in the works. She has enough to buy her Martyr Star right now if she wants to. But I think she wants to save buyback just in case. And we have a nice revelation spotting out these 2 heroes. They're going to TP on out of here. Luna does pick up that teleportation. Oh wow, that name eluded me for a second there. And she's going to TP on out of there before anything bad happens to her. Which is quite lucky, as that net from Naga Sirens does go through BKB and a magic immunity. And one more sneaking around, doing a little bit of Batrider shenanigans. Cliff walking through there. Yeah, Yellow Solo mid are playing quite well at the moment. They're just putting on aggression. There's the Sanj picked up for Naga Siren. And actually it will work to Heaven's Tide, but what I originally thought but was too blind to see. Now they're TPing up top. They want to defend this tower against 3 heroes. We see the orb come flying through. Tower's defended, and Zykon, they need to get out of here. They can't take this fight. There's 4 heroes here, but without that 5th hero, that's just it's not gonna work well for Zykon. And I've just got word the game of the other best of three, so I thought it was almost over. However, it is midway through the game. They are at roughly the same point. They're at 33-minute marks in. Both Guerrilla Tactics and TDI and WH are putting up a fight. Neither of them want to go home. They all want to reach the finals. And that's what you want to see. No, it's all pride on the line in this tournament. We do not currently have a prize pool up and waiting. But it is for your pride, it is for the experience, and it is for the fun that a tournament such as this hosts. So I do think the organisers at this tournament, Cybug, and he's gonna kill me if he hears this. I can't remember the other guy's name. Ah, that's bad. Akash. Or Venno, as most of you will know him by. I would like to thank them for setting up this tournament. They put on a nice tournament so far. Great selection of teams. And anyway, back to the game. We do have Yellow solo mid. They're taking out this Roshan. And it's going to be quite sneaky. And there's nothing Zykon can do about it anyway. I mean, they have Hero spread over the map. Luna, she's going to trade a tier 1 tower. But tier 1 for Roshan is easily in favor of Yellow solo mid. And this should go to the Spectre. There we go. Spectre's picked it up. She's got a Reaver against his name. He's got the Heart of Tarak recipe picked up at the base. Only needs another 900 gold. And he's going to be, she's going to be one unkillable person. So one more playing quite well on top of that Spectre. However, she's still not being able to keep up the farm of Luna. Playing absolutely like the life is on the line. Pushing this top tier 2 tower, or about to. At the same time, Yellow solo mid is doing the exact same thing. They're going to have a TP from Spectre. Spectre can ward this off, and then she can TP into the fight at any time as she likes because of that haunt. And now, Yellow solo mid. They're waiting. They're waiting for Zykon to make one little move. Will Zykon make that wrong move for Yellow solo mid to capitalize? These birds are just missing out on vision on Roidsy here in the jungle. Actually, they're not going to spot him in the jungle, and he could be picked off right here. Shackle comes out, they're going to find him, a lot of damage coming out, Soul Assumption shortly after, Minor Burn, he pops the mech, he's going to vacuum all in, wall, and so he leaves his last stand etching. We will find one kill, no he won't. The Dream Coil lands up to 3 here, they all pop, then we see a nice pack come flying through, nice Ice Puff landing on 1 here, there's 2 heals down for a Darkseid. Now Spectre, she's making work, nice Sunless Siren, but the Eclipse works against him. She will pick off the Nova Siren and that Spectre, the Aegis will pop, the puck will fall shortly after from that list of beat. Shackle lands on an impossible tree. Now Luna, she's facing down One Walk. One Walk's going to turn around, and now he's going to turn back and fire. He will find 1 kill. He'll find 2 kills. Will he find a 3rd kill? He's got all the advantage in the world. He's got Spectral Dagger up in 7 seconds. The Radiance Burn is more than enough, and the final auto attack will find that kill. That is a team wipe, and now Nyx Assassin is back alive. The Familiar's been a little bit pain in the ass, my mistake. But Spectre, that Aegis saved YSM the game. If it wasn't for that Aegis, Zykon would have easily taken that fight. They had such a great initiation, and the Familiar catching out that Darkseid here was fantastic. But what was even more remarkable was the wall and the vacuum of heroes that all came in it. And that just set Yellow solo mid up to be able to turn that back around and take the fight into their advantage. But they still, in my opinion, they didn't come out on top. They had an Aegis, and this Luna, she pulled out so much damage, it's just unbelievable. And that's the way she works. Down in bottom lane, however, we have a tier 2 tower being pushed in by an illusion of Spectre. We should see a TP coming out by Windrunner, trying to defend this tower, get a little bit of XP herself and gold. She's working towards her Cypher Vice. She's only 900 or not 900. She's now a K off of that Cypher Vice, so once she gets that Cypher Vice, Spectre, she could be in a little bit of trouble. But at the moment, this is anyone's game. I mean, Zykon showed there, they can put up more than enough. They've got more than enough bite to get Yellow solo mid when they show themselves a hand. They put their hand out there, Zykon took a bite, they weren't able to take the hand cleanly off. Strange metaphor, but hey, you know what I mean. Puck, about to hit level 16 from these little skeletons in jungle. No, she won't. She's going to blink on out of there. Nice warding coming out by Yellow solo mid. Oh, I absolutely apologize to all that are watching. Nice counter ward coming out by Zykon though. Mr. Pooh being very on the ball. They see this counter ward here. They're going to use their illusions to take it out. They're not going to leave anything to chance. Oh, sorry, my throat. So now we will see Yellow Solomon. They're going to be pushing towards this mid-tier 2 tower. Will they be able to take this tower without too much engagement? Luna, however, she's sitting on top lane. She doesn't have Manta for 15 seconds. So they're going to give away this tier 2 tower. Because without Manta, Luna is just, I wouldn't say 1/3 as effective, but she's just not as effective as she could be. They're going to rotate behind this tier 2 tower. Do they have enough damage to go through this back door protection? They're trying. They do not, however, have enough damage. Spectre, she's not hitting hard enough. She's got that heart, however, and that heart pickup is a key moment for Yellow. Oh. Yellow solo mid. Oh my god. And with that heart of Tarask, I really can't see Spectre dying unless there's serious focus firing, but then there's lots of backup. The Yellow solo mid have to come back out that. And we have a smoke up by Zykon. They're going to be aggressive. They're going to hit Spectre before she knows what's hit her. She doesn't have a TP. She does have a haunt. If they're afraid of where the opposing team is, she's going to sneak her way into the jungle. She didn't have Luna following her, so they don't know. Well, they do suspect she's in here, but can they find it? Smoke has been popped. They know someone's in here, and she's going to sneak her way into the corner of the map. Torrent's going to miss. Familiars are looking for it. They lost their tier 2 tower in the meanwhile. Do they suspect anything? The power shot... Oh, I apologize. The power shot is going to miss the TP. Oh my god. The familiar starts to latch. This familiars do land. This shackle shot does latch. Can she get on out of here? She does haunt. She's going to try and get out of here by using that. She TP's out. She's going to be turning around. She almost kills off that windrunner alone. And now Luna's going to want to get Spectre, but Spectre just gets on out of there. So in the end, Yellow solo mid. They take bottom tower. And Spectre survives. Zykon, in the meanwhile, lose a lot of farm, a lot of time to do, basically, utilize the map. They lose a lot of time to use the jungle, they lose a lot of XP here, they lose tower positioning, and some XP. So, in the end, Yellow solo mid, continuing their lead, just making Zykon just feel really uneasy at the moment. They're not being themselves, and they're just not allowed to be themselves, I should say. Yellow solo mid, their playstyle is just counteractive to Zykon, and then they make them pay for it. Zykon, they get fantastic fights, but they just can't. They're always just a little bit behind, so they can't come out on top. I mean, the Aegis for Yellow solo mid won it for the last fight. And then the items in the previous fight before that were able to keep Yellow solo mid in the lead again. Zykon, they've just been behind every stage of the game so far, and they just can't quite pull themselves back in at the moment. Yellow solo mid, they look to be going towards this tier 3 tower. This could be the first damage onto a tier 3 tower in this game. We're 41 minutes in. Yellow solo mid are looking aggressive. As I say that, they TP out. They don't look aggressive. I take that back. Conker's going to get a little bit more farm. Net worth still in favour of that Luna, but Spectre, she's got a heart and a radiance. With a Yasha, in works is a Manta style. Once she has that Manta style, she's going to be able to dish out even more damage, which is remarkable in these team fights. Well, which would be remarkable in these team fights. Horde in, you've got your Haunts illusions everywhere. You have Yasha illusions everywhere, and then yourself in there. It's just so many Spectres, it's hard to deal with. Then you have the illusions of Pudding Head. He's got Nagasaran illusions. They are a hassle to deal with. Might see a smoke up coming from the side of Zykon, but I don't think this will be too aggressive here. They're going to start searching. They will sneak past some aggressive warding coming out by Yellow solo mid. So I do like the smoke up actually, and they might find out 2 heroes. We got a Darkseer in waiting. We see the smoke being banded, but wow, that's a very fast blink on out of there by the Darkseer, and now they're waiting in the wings. You have Nagasan, she's walking up. She's playing very aggressive. She's going to go walk into the fight. She's going to throw out the net. They now know something's up. We hear a puck dream call going. It lands onto two heroes. Side onto the Windrunner. It vacuum into the Dark World. Nice dual breath. We see the Wizard Beam, but it's not enough. The BKB was not popped in time. That's 2 heroes dead. 3 heroes dead. Yellow solo mid. Look like they'll be taking game number 3 by force. The Zykon, they're going to have to retreat back to base. Is there buybacks up on these heroes? No, there is not. Luna does not have buyback. Windrunner doesn't have buyback. Neither does that Nyx Assassin. And this is when Roshan will be spawning in about 45 seconds. So they're going to have map position, they're going to have map vision, and they're going to have all the lanes pushed. This is just looking progressively worse for Zykon. And there's not too much they can do about it. They can do great team fights, but once again, you saw Yoshi mid, they can do even better team fights because they have the lineup which allows the team fight composition. Vacuum, Aswell, Nagasine, Puck, and even Spectre, she went for a team fighting lineup. You have the Radiance, and you have the sustainability of that Heart of Tarask. Now they're just going to sit here, wait for that Roshan to spawn. And there's not much Zykon can do about it. There we go. Roshan is now being spawned. They will start attacking down the Roshan. And we've got a giant piggy on the field. That's all there is to it. I'm really running out of things to say here. So casting destroys your voice, especially after 6 hours of currently casting. Your brain gets a little bit fried. I mean, I am absolutely enjoying these matches, however, I just wish I could express it just a little bit more, and without a voice that sounds like it's going to die on me at any moment. But yeah, I'm still looking to the finale of this game. They're both looking very strong at the moment, but what Yoshi mid, are they going to do anything stupid to give the game up to Zykon? That is the question that everyone's waiting for. All you viewers are waiting to see if Zykon can turn this around, if Yellow solo mid throw this game away. They play defensively, they capitalize on their moments. I don't think they'll do anything too stupid to give this game away. And look at that, the damage comes down to 1 walk, and he automatically just heals it up with that Heart of Tarask. There's nothing you can do about that. That just is ridiculous. And those illusions are almost killing Windrunner on themselves. Windrunner has to get on out of there. There goes the tier 3 tower. Soul Assumption comes out with the Grave Chill. X-Master spot, boat comes flying in, nice on the siren, but the boat lands onto 1, not the one hero you want to land it on. They're ready, Macropie's doing a lot of damage, Dual Breath's doing a lot of damage as well, but put in head, he will fall shortly after. Luna's trying to do whatever she can, she does not have buyback. That's 2 heroes, that's a team one, that's game to Yellow solo mid. Conquer does buyback, however, will he make me eat my words? I don't know. That's 4 heroes still alive on Yellow solo mid. They get the wrecked, they snipe up Bodrong, they're going to try and continue working him on way down. They silence him up. Few more auto attacks, they cannot find it, but that is Rax, and this is looking very, very hard for Zykon to come back into this game right now. So that was really nice play there by Yoshi mid. They called out heroes. I mean, Luna, Dragon tried to do whatever she could. She stood there fighting. Eclipse was popped. Lucid beams, oh not lucid beams, the glaives were bouncing everywhere, but she just couldn't do it. The boat comes in once again. It's not going to hit on any heroes. They scythe up that Nyx Assassin. Nyx Assassin will fall shortly. No, he won't. Yes, he will fall. The Radiance burn is too much damage. We have the torrent into X-Master spot. Will they be able to pop the Aegis at least, or does he have too much health? Nice surge coming from Roidsy, and one walk will get on out of there. So they only lose a puck. They do a lot of damage to this tier 3 tower, and they get a Rax. This is looking set in stone at the moment. I mean, that's hard to say. You're supposed to be very, very neutral and always trying to hype it up, but I can't see Zykon coming back, which is unfortunate to say, but Luna, you saw that she stood there, she didn't get focused down. BKB was active for 9 seconds, but she managed to get taken down purely because of Spectre. Spectre, she doesn't die. That Heart of Tarask, that Reaver, and that drums is just more than enough keeping one walk alive. Still has Aegis, and that just shows you how far ahead they came out into that. And speaking of how far ahead, a little look at the gold graph, 13.5k in favor of yellow solo mid, and XP is almost 20k in favor of YSM. And now, yellow solo mid, they'll wait and wince in the mist. What is wince? So they're waiting in the mist once again. They're waiting for Zykon to either push out or this lane to push in. This could be disastrous for Zykon. And there's no TP on Luna. So if they go in right now, they can find an easy Rax. Luna, pick up a TP. Come on. You need a TP. Get in there now. There she goes. She's walking in her way to pick up TP. That could have been a little bit scary for Zykon right there if she didn't have that room to pick up the TP. But then that would have been a massive misplay coming out on the side of Zykon. I apologize. I was supposed to cough when my mic was muted. However, I didn't make it in time. Now the tier 3 is being attacked by yellow solo mid. They're working on the Rex. TP is coming back. But Puddinghead, he's already waiting. We see the Eclipse being popped out. But it hits on Creeps and the Illusions. It does absolutely 0 damage. Nice vacuum. No wall has been placed. The boat lands with nice dream car. But Spectre, she's doing too much damage. There goes the Nyx Assassin. There goes the Visage. Spectre, she's working wonders. Eduardo will fall shortly after. Luna on that dragon is dead, and there goes the fifth hero. GG's are called, and yellow solo mid move into the grand finals of the Amateur Weekend Cup. Very well played. 2 games going to yellow solo mid, working their way to the finals. That doesn't take away from Zykon. They played fantastic throughout this tournament. They are going home. Well, not with nothing. They have their pride. They played fantastic, especially for a team that formed for this tournament, so they're fairly new. Played quite well. Yellow solo mid, however, they showed the team fighting potential and the great defensive play to counter such an aggressive lineup. Thank you all for tuning in. We will be having the final game casted. Myself and Omegakai, hopefully that's how you pronounce it, will be casting the finals. It will be a best of 3 as well. I look forward to having you all there. I have been Dota Yoshi. Thank you for watching.